Everyone goes through hard times in their life, and when everything seems to fall apart, you somehow still have to keep going. So how do you stay positive when your life is literally breaking into pieces? It's hard to keep going when everything around you is demotivating you because you're giving your best and you're still failing at everything. But this is the time for you to learn something in your life, and you shouldn't just give up because of failure. You can't lose hope just because something didn't work out, because most of the things you'll do in life probably won't. One way or another, you'll end up not succeeding, and it's up to you to choose whether you get up and try again. Hello, everyone, rise up, and today I want to talk a bit about how you can try to stay positive even when everything is going wrong. So, if I personally were to stop because I didn't reach my goals, I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be making these videos, I wouldn't be anywhere close to where I am today. And I would probably spend my whole day watching Reels or TikToks. But I choose to never give up, and even if I'm tired, even if you feel like I can't do it anymore, if you never move forward, you'll never stop failing, you'll never stop falling behind. But how do you find motivation to work? Most often, you don't. You just sit down and start working. That's it. And once you start moving, the flow comes naturally. And of course, I procrastinate too. I often have trouble managing tasks and choosing what's important. But that's why I've set myself deadlines for these videos. I just know I have to get it done, and I do. Even if I'm not proud of my work, even if I'm not happy with how it turned out. And that's how I learn and keep the pace going, because if I stopped for a week, I would start delaying every video. So that's how you get things done. But you also have to live somehow, because life isn't just working. And that's the harder part. Life isn't unicorns and rainbows. I'd rather say it's kind of painful and difficult. But our advantage is that our brain is easy to trick sometimes. And if you believe in something deeply, you might start feeling that way. And of course, you're not going to tell yourself, I'm fine and I'm living a happy life while feeling sad and lonely in your dark room at 3 a.m. But what you can do is try to find every little piece of good in every bad thing happening to you. You can see it as a chance, you can see it as a lesson or as experience. And then you learn not to do the same thing twice. You try to be smarter when making choices. You try to improve, but not to be better than others. It's to be better than yourself yesterday. And I myself have lost a person this year who meant and still means the world to me. At first, I was stuck. I couldn't get out of bed, I couldn't do anything because I felt like nothing mattered anymore. But there was one thing I didn't stop doing, and that was thinking. My story is kind of crazy with how it all went. I couldn't believe that all of this had happened because most of it didn't make sense at all. The dots just didn't connect. So I started analyzing everything, and as I did, I began to realize my mistakes, their mistakes, the problems in our environments, and our personal problems, just everything. And that's when I started to appreciate this friendship even more. I transformed the pain into an even stronger connection, and I realized how important her role was in my life. I've learned more in the span of these past couple of months than I did in the last 5 years. And now this whole experience is my guidance in life. It helped me find my true self in the process because before that I was lost, and that's why everything fell apart. So you really can turn even the worst hardship into one of the most beautiful experiences you've had in a long time. And it's not about lying to yourself. I didn't have to lie. I just needed more time to think, a change in a change in perspective, and some hope and belief. Just a tiny bit because most of it was lost when I hit rock bottom. But I got up and I wanted to move forward. And sometimes grief is the best reason to get us going once the sadness begins to fade. The thing is, you can turn a painful experience into a valuable lesson. It's up to you to try to find every little good thing in this whole mess of negative emotions. And sometimes it does take a bit of delusion and desperation, but if it gets you going, then do what you have to. Sometimes you have to falsely believe in yourself just to start moving and then build the trust along the way. So just try to stay positive and look for the good and the bad, but also remember that there can be evil in the good things too. And recognizing this might help you avoid future problems. And that's probably it for today. It's a bit of a shorter video, but I believe that if you're struggling right now, you can find something good, even the smallest thing. And that small thing might be enough of a reason for you to keep going. It might be as important of a reason as happiness would be. It all just depends on how you choose to perceive it. So that would be it for today. I wish you the best of luck and peace.